Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Madonna's Truthful Dare is showing at the Coburg Drive-In tonight, and I'm not going to be there because last week they had literally someone with COVID from the outbreak at the Holiday Inn at Airport West, or wherever it was, actually was there. So they went to Coburg for a function, and there was two people from that COVID cluster that apparently all are in quarantine and everything, that tested positive and went to that event in Coburg. So I'm not going to go to the Coburg Drive. And I don't have a car anyway. I have a friend with a car who probably would go if I asked him, but I'm not going to go. So I'm very disappointed because I love and bear Madonna. I've only seen it on the big screen once and I've missed it now twice. So I'm very disappointed there. But the other issue I've noticed is I've seen reports that they've found COVID in the sewage in Melbourne. So apparently there are people out there with COVID who haven't been tested, who haven't been found, who, I don't know, are they, surely they wouldn't have people in quarantine in those areas because then it would be in the sewage. So they wouldn't, well, they'd be like, well, of course we're getting positive tests in the sewage. We've got a quarantine facility there. I'm assuming these are just residences where there's no quarantine hotels or anything. But I can't find anywhere on the news. I've seen it on the news, but when I go online, on any of the websites for any of these, the channels I normally get, I can't find anything about it because I wanted to just mention which suburbs it was found in. I think it was 3 suburbs were affected or something. I don't know. I wasn't listening to the news properly. I was on my computer doing stuff and listening to it in the background, which is how I watch most of my TV. I'm usually on my computer and the TV's in the background. I'm just listening to stuff and I just turn around when something's interesting. So I wanted to talk about that because it kind of freaks me out a bit because do we have people out there who think they're sick and they're sort of isolating at home but maybe not really because they don't really think they've got it but they're just being careful and they actually have it and they are pooping out COVID and we don't know about them, and are they kind of not going to be spreading it because they're doing that, or do they know that they've got it, they don't care and they're just out in the public because they don't believe it exists or something, they've like got symptoms but they're like, oh, COVID's fake, and they're just walking around. I mean, where are these people? It freaks me out. But yeah, I don't know. I spoke a bit too soon, I think, maybe about the Facebook and news thing because I just then was trying to find a news article, and when I searched, all I got was official government sites, and then when I went to the individual news pages, none of them had it. So I'm wondering, could I have found it on Facebook? I don't know. But they've only had a day to adapt to having Facebook pulled out from under them. So I guess I can't be too critical. But yeah, I'm still not able to relax because, yes, we're technically at 0. There were 3 cases found today, but they were all people who are already in quarantine who are being tested because they were close contacts. So we seem to have it contained. But how many people are there out there that we don't know about? You know, they're pooping COVID out into the water. It doesn't seem to be in my imagination. These people do seem to exist. So I have a bit of anxiety because whenever you go out, it may be 0 that day, but then you could find out the next day there was someone in your area that had it like 5 days ago, and then you have to, it's just the stress of, okay, if I go out, I have to wait like 5 or 6 days before I know for sure that there was nothing happening in my area that I have to worry about. It's just the anxiety of it. Because it's not as set in stone as, oh, it's 0 now, so we're fine. So, I don't know. I probably won't be going out to do anything. I'm not planning to, but it would be nice. I'm feeling that I want to go out and do things because in theory I should be safe, but there's no way to guarantee it. And if I do just happen to be that one person who comes into contact with that one random person who got into contact with one random person at a quarantine hotel, I don't want to spend the rest of my life regretting the fact that I took that one chance to go do something because I thought it would be safe when I couldn't guarantee it. And maybe that's extreme. I'm doing a sort of a zero tolerance risk factor thing. But long term it's worth it. And there's not much on I want to go out for anyway. I mean, this screening of In Bed with Madonna is pretty much the only thing that has happened since a friend of mine came down from Sydney and was going out and doing stuff, and I would have been invited had I not let it known that I wasn't leaving my house for anything. And Wonder Woman 1984, of course, I missed that. I bought a ticket but didn't go because there were people seated right behind me in the cinema and that, and I just like, And then the next, just right after that, there were cases that broke out, but they weren't in that suburb. They were in another suburb. And there was a cinema in Southland, which is the same as Northland, which is where I went. So it could have been me, but that's why I didn't take that risk, just in case, and it was someone else. It's just luck at this point. If someone gets it, goes out, gives it to people, you're the one who gets it, you get sick, and you get really sick. So it's all just a matter of luck, and it's just I'm not taking any risks. So I'm bored, I am anxious. My building, I'm on the hot side of the building with the sun. We don't have air conditioning, but I hear they've actually changed the laws, and I think I might actually legally be able to put air conditioning in, and they can't stop me. But up until now, I wasn't able to. They wouldn't allow it. The body corporate wouldn't allow it, so we just had to suffer. And when I moved in winter, I didn't realise it was going to be this hot. I just didn't think. I didn't have a lot of time to move out. I had a very bad situation where the people I lived in their place, they were renovating, and they said I could stay. And then they gave me a notice to vacate, but they said I could stay if I was basically happy to deal with the renovations, because I guess they wanted the extra rent for those months. But I'd eventually have to leave when they finished the renovating, because unless I wanted to pay the extra rent, because they were renovating so they could put the rent up. And I moved out. I wasn't going to move out, and then they said you do have to move out, and they hadn't cancelled the notice to vacate, and I had 1 week. So I ended up coming to the place I'm at now, and it was the only place I had time to do an inspection with, and I was just lucky just to get it. It was the only one I had time to look at, the only one I applied for, and I got it, and that's why I'm here, and it's hot, and it's miserable, and I just want to go out and do other things, and I can't. I want to just go, because it's cooler outside. On a hot day, it's cooler outside. Once the heat gets on the wall, it turns into a bit of an oven. It holds the heat off for a while and keeps it out in other times, but when the sun gets on the wall, it just... So I want to go out, but I can't because of COVID. Because I just, risk factor, it's just, even as small as it is, I just know I'll be that one person that gets caught out. It's just waiting for me. Bad luck is just waiting for me. So I'm waiting for the vaccine and then going out after that. Then if I do get it, I do get sick, I can only get so sick. I'm sure I will. And I bet I'll get it right away, and I'll get it fairly bad, and it'll be like, wow, imagine how bad it would have been if I had got this before the vaccine. But I'm just waffling on. I want to escape. I want to escape these four walls. But I can't. It's a few more months, another month or so, possibly, to get vaccinated. And if I don't qualify for, or if I'm not the first in, so far as the people with health issues, I might have to wait up until October. So this could be another 6 months of this. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, COVID in the poop water. It's a bit of a worry.